Hello guys and gals, this is Vinyl Rich here with a vinyl video spotlight, I guess you would call it. I had my vinyl video number 5 showed a bunch of 7 inches that I had recently bought, and one of them was Circle 1. I had mentioned that I met this guy. I mean, he wasn't a good friend, he wasn't an acquaintance. I met him at the gym that I used to work out at. It was in Downey. He lived in the city next door, Pico Rivera, and he started this band, Circle 1, which was his name was John Macias. I had mentioned that he got shot by the LAPD. What it actually was, the Santa Monica Police Department shot and killed him on the Santa Monica Pier, I believe in 1991. Now, this guy was, like I said before, he was an interesting character. They had one album. This is their album, Circle 1, with it was mostly political type songs. This is the vinyl on Upstart Records. Regular black vinyl. But I just wanted to tell a couple of stories about this guy. He had a lot of charisma, John. He was a very imposing figure. He was a tall guy, muscular guy, shaved head, and you got to remember, back in the early 1980s, people didn't walk around with shaved heads. This is before Michael Jordan made it popular. Like I said, I worked out with a guy. I can honestly say I spotted him on the bench press, and he approached me one time in the gym. I had a China White shirt on, and he asked me, "Do you know?" I can't remember the guy. They were brothers in the band. "Do you know them?" And I go, "No, I don't know." I go, "I just, I have their EP, and I thought the shirt was kind of cool, so I bought it." He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "I know him." And then I told him, "Yeah, I recognize you. You're from Circle 1." And we started talking, and I would see him in there occasionally, and we would talk, say hi, and whatever. I have a few stories I'm going to share about him. He had I guess he started an organization called Punks, P-U-N-X, and it promoted shows, and I think he had like a space, or I don't know if it was in an industrial area or whatever of Hollywood, and they used to let runaways stay there and stuff like that. He was like a supporter of kids like that. But there was another side of him. I mean, I saw him once at the Olympic Auditorium. He's walking around, and he's got 15 guys behind him, and they're just coming across like big bullies. But my two stories regarding him. One was at Dead Kennedy's concert. The concert was over, and I'm standing out there on Hollywood Boulevard. There was quite a few kids, and whatever. We're standing out there, and all of a sudden this, probably a 12-year-old kid, comes running around the corner of the club. It was at Perkins Palace. It's a big place. It's not a little rinky-dink club. I mean, thousands fit in there. And this kid comes running around the corner, 12-year-old kid, and then there's 3 bouncers are chasing him. I mean, these guys were, the bouncers at these punk shows are big, burly guys. And they got this kid cornered, next to these cars, and they're like approaching him. And then John Macias went over there and got in between the kid and these 3 bouncers, and, "Hey, what's your problem?" And the bouncers ended up backing down. I mean, he stood his ground, but he did have a lot of other kids. But as soon as he did that, they came and they surrounded these bouncers, and next thing you know, the 3 bouncers took off running right from where they came. And I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, there was I don't know what the kid did. I mean, he probably did something malicious, who knows. But I mean, these were 3 grown men chasing a little kid. It was just came off kind of ridiculous, and I thought it was pretty cool the way he stood up for this little kid. But then the crew, his crew or whatever you call it, or just the people that are around, they all got rambunctious, and one guy, he kicks in one of the front windows of the place, and I'm going, oh boy. And then another guy starts kicking in windows, and it's time to go. So I get in my car, and I drive 1 block down Hollywood Boulevard, and right on the corner of a gas station there was probably 20 police cars. So I go, oh, I left just there in time. Now my second story, it was at the Olympic Auditorium. Now they used to have a lot of punk shows at the Olympic Auditorium. This place was humongous. In fact, it was probably where the biggest punk shows were put on in the world. I mean, bands from London would come here, and they would be surprised at how big this place was, how many people would come to the LA punk shows, and we're talking thousands and thousands. I mean, this place it was a boxing arena. It's a big place. And I didn't really see what happened. I kind of saw the aftermath, and I heard about it, and then I split because I knew, oh, there's going to be problems here. Apparently, this cop was beating this time it was, I believe it was a 15-year-old kid, and he was hitting him with a billy club. John Macias approached the cop, and he took the billy club away from the cop, and the shit hit the fan. And that's my two personal stories I know of him. But like I said, at that show I did see him inside the auditorium, and he's walking around, and he's got like this whole crew behind him, and I don't know, there was 2 sides to this guy. I mean, I knew him away from the punk scene, and he was a very soft-spoken, really nice guy, and I saw him get really intense in other situations, and I mean, at a punk show, if he saw me, he would acknowledge me and that. I mean, he wouldn't ignore me there. He would say, hey, what's up, you know. But yeah, he was an interesting guy. I guess what happened on the Santa Monica Pier is, I don't know what he was doing there. He was speaking or something, and some security guard approached him, and he got the security guard and threw him off the platform that he was on or whatever. And the security guard called the police, and they ended up killing him. To talk a little bit about the music, it's just straight ahead rock, I mean punk rock, hardcore punk. He was a very imposing character on stage. He had a lot of charisma. The other thing I remember about the band, the guitar player, I believe his name was Mike. He was actually a very good guitar player. They had a few different drummers. I saw them a couple times. One drummer didn't really impress me. I saw him another time with another drummer, and he seemed to be a lot better. And anyways, this is my update of Circle 1. And you everybody, take care, guys and gals.